Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Nation, what is good? What is good? Salute to everybody already here in the building. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me as always. Salute to the chat, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I salute every single one of you guys. Shout out to the members, non-members, everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate your guys' time. Salute, salute, salute. Also, man, shout out to woodsandwhiskey.com. You already know what time it is. Go get you a bottle of that GOAT whiskey. Go support Charles Woodson, man, one of our own. I see everybody here in the building. A lot to talk about, you guys, a lot to unpack. Today, camp is back. We took a day off yesterday. Hearing some good things, hearing some things going on in camp right now. We're definitely going to talk about that here today. Let me see, man. Salute to Mondo. He said that 19K show was fire. It was a shit show, but you know what, man? I love those kind of shows. Sometimes, man, we just talk so much football, right? We talk so much football that sometimes it feels good to just let loose. Get your brothers on the screen and just have fun, share some laughs, and talk some shit, man. So salute to Shield Moore, my brother Stu, man, Wasted, Big Mike, Andy Hammer, everybody for popping in. You already know what time it is, man. Salute to my dogs, man. Rod Gas is in the building. Cruz is in the building. I am Punchy. Caleb Allen's in the building. Shout to Sack King 916, Savage Raider. Salute to my guy. Yeah, I watched that game yesterday, you guys. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, DTR looked good against some third and fourth string guys. This was a dude out of UCLA that we had talked about a lot, potentially bringing in the later rounds. But you know, Josh McDaniels loves his pocket guys. He loves his guys that will stay in the pocket and don't use their legs, a little too much. You know what I mean? DTR definitely is more of a mobile guy. He had I believe over 80 yards passing yesterday or something like that. He about 30 yards, 35 yards rushing. Had a TD as well. Hall of Fame game against a bunch of scrubs. And I mean that, in the nicest way possible, if it makes any sense, right? Just a bunch of guys trying to make the league. You know what I mean? So salute, man, to DTR, though. Definitely a guy we had talked about in the previous draft about bringing him in the later rounds. Let me see. Yes, Q. I'm hearing really good things right now about Palo. I guess apparently today he picked off Jimmy G again. You know what I mean? It looks as though Trayvon Merrick came up with a pick. I don't know. I believe one of the beat writers said that, they don't know if it was in or out of bounds, but it's good to hear that Merrick is out there on his ball hawk activities. You know what I mean? It sounds as though Marcus Peters dropped a clear-cut pick. Jimmy G found Devontae Adams for a nice touchdown. But we're going to talk about a few tweets and a few videos that I seen out there training camp today. Also, you guys, I want to bring this up real fast. There's a few players that were not out there today. Let me make sure everybody wipes them feet, man. You already know, hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button also. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Let me see. There was a tweet earlier that came out about who was and who was not at camp today. Let me see. I'm trying to find that damn tweet, man. Well, I can't find it. It looks like it may even been deleted. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I'm just trying to find this one tweet. Well, look, I pretty much remember the names. So we'll do this. Josh is not there. We all know why Josh Jacobs is not there. Byron Young is still not there. Tyree Wilson is still not there. Brandon Faison is not returned from his injury yet. I can't find the list, you guys. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. Duke Shelley is not out there today. I have no idea why he's not out there. There was a few more other corners that went out there. I know Meek was there today. I know Jacorian Bennett was out there today. Nate Hobbs was out there today as well. I believe Nate Hobbs got a sack on Jimmy G today. I could be wrong. It was either him or Max. They were both out there celebrating together. There's another corner. Oh, David Long Jr. David Long Jr. was not out there today as well. So I have no idea why a lot of this corner room was not out there today. Just hoping, I don't know, maybe a day off. I don't know. Maybe they tweaked a little something. Yeah, it was Tashawn Reed. There you go, one up. But there was a good amount of players not out there today at camp. Right here, one up. There you go. Salute to my dog. Yes. Josh, Tyree, Neil Farrell, which we know he hasn't returned yet. Brandon Faison, David Long Jr., Duke Shelley. Pretty much I had the list down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Spillane picked off Jimmy G. Okay, I haven't seen that one yet either. So look, it looks as though these picks, they're all over the place right now, right? And look, this is the time to make the mistakes, okay? I know everybody's going to kill Jimmy G right now for throwing a pick to Marcus Peters, throwing a few of them to Palo. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get this, right? At the end of the day, this is the time to shake off the rust. It's been 6 years since he's been in this system. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, yeah, it sucks to see our quarterback, our QB1, throwing some picks this early in training camp, but I'm excited about this defense. I'm excited about this defense, man. You know what I mean? Like, get those picks out of your system right now, Maul. This is facts. But to see the defense out there getting to it, man, it seems as though it's been forever since we've heard this defense pick up the amount of INTs that they've been getting, even in camp. You know what I mean? So I love it, man. I love to see the defense doing their thing. I'm going to read a few of these tweets real quick, you guys. Shout out to my dog, Mike Dixon, on Twitter, another beat writer. We follow each other, man. It seems like a good dude. Trey Tucker caught a deep post from Brian Hoyer. The rookie is showing flashes of Tyreek Hill with his hands and speed. I just keep hearing day in and day out more and more about Trey Tucker from some people that were out there, during camp. They were watching. Some guys I know saying that Trey Tucker was flying off the charts. Seeing Vinny B talk about him. A lot of other beat writers really mentioning Trey Tucker over and over and over again. This is a great sign. Aiden O'Connell got some work out there today. Jimmy G was picked off by Isaiah Palamau. He said that would have counted in a real game. Tyler Hall really looks good at the gunner position. He has great closing speed. And real quick, I'll read a few more. Amik Robertson broke up a sideline pass to Devontae Adams. You love to see that, man. Amik is out there hungry. I don't know if he's going to make this roster. I'm going to be real, but it sounds as though he's out there hungry and fighting for a roster spot. Hunter Renfrow with a nice catch to the sideline. Short, quick completion from Jimmy G. He said that they can't see it too well because most of the beat writers are far off to the practice field. So it seems as though Josh and them got these guys pretty far from the action like they did last season. Another quick one, Aiden O'Connell hit Jacoby Myers down the sideline for a solid 20-plus yard completion. Michael Mayer is looking very smooth and fluid in his catching drills. Man, look, man, a bunch of good things. Trayvon Merrick picked Jimmy G off, sideline catch. Would have been a review. Not sure if his feet were in bounds. And I think apparently they did not call it an actual pick. So I don't think it counted, but it's still good to see Trayvon Merrick out there running around, getting to the ball. Right after that, Jimmy G finds Devontae Adams in the end zone for a touchdown. So, man, there's some good things that's going on out there at camp right now, you guys. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Sounds as though the defense is all over the place. Sounds as though the offense is doing some good things. And it sounds as though Jimmy G's kind of, like I said, shaking the rust off a little bit. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't want Palomado ended up like Carl Joseph. He won't. He definitely won't. Two different frames. I made you mad, right? I mean, Carl Joseph was under 6 foot. You know what I mean? More of a thumper. Yeah, Palo was a thumper as well, but this dude is what, 6'3", 6'4". You know what I mean? Put a lot of muscle on this offseason. He was a ball hawk at USC. I know the last year he played there, he had a down season. That was one of the reasons why he was a UDFA. But great that he fell to us, because it looks as though his game, he's finally, everything is coming together at this point. You know what I mean? But it sounds as though he's doing really, really well out there, man. Let me see. Salute to the supers as well. Mondo, is it Jimmy playing bad or the defense playing good? I think it's a little bit of both. I think Jimmy's just shaking the rust off, and I think that the defense is definitely taking advantage, of the reps they're getting out there. It's a good thing, man. You love to see. Look, I've heard really good things about Jimmy G, then I've heard some things about Jimmy G. I've heard some really good things about the defense, and then you hear Devontae cooking like he always does, or hearing Jacoby Myers make a big play. You know what I mean? It just sounds as though both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball are doing some good things and doing some bad things. This is training camp, you guys. This is a time for all these guys, you know what I mean, to shake off the rust and get ready for week 1. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my brother Mitch, man. Congrats on 19K. Salute to my dog, man. My brother Mitchell Renz is in the building. Let's see. You're a loser if you drink your coffee from a... Yeah, I don't know, Nico, what you mean, bro. Salute. Shout out to Okie, man. It's not like we are getting a percentage. Laugh out loud. Could still be making 70% of his throws. We just can't look into it too much until joint practices. There you have it. There you have it, brother. There you have it, Okie. This is facts plus tax, man. Appreciate you on the $5 donation, my brother. Walters was injured the other day, you guys. He will be out for the season. I'm going to be honest. Austin Walters was a guy that really performed for us well last year in preseason, a guy that we thought maybe would kind of, maybe steal one of those last roles, at the running back spot, but he didn't. We put him on the practice squad. I thought maybe he would be a guy that'd be on the practice squad this season, but now it looks as though he was placed on the IR and he's gone for the season. But this is a guy I don't think that would have made this roster anyways. Even though I do think that they're going to utilize Brandon Bolden more in a special teams kind of role, I do think that they're looking at Amir, Sincere, and Zeus if Josh does not come back as those players at the running back spots. I'm still waiting to hear more on Britton Brown too, you guys. It's been very, 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 very quiet on the Britton Brown front. Yeah, shout out to Reese, man. I definitely read that. Every Raider needs to see Hondo's new video. 52 minutes of great camp insight. Mentioned players standing out, more objective than subjective thoughts. Yes, I definitely watched a good 20 minutes of it. I didn't get a chance to watch the entire, video. I don't really have the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so as of late, at least, you know what I mean, with everything going on and getting ready to go to Vegas, there's a lot going on right now, but I'll definitely go back and double back and watch the rest of it. But Hondo was definitely talking that shit and was giving some great insight on what our team looks like at this point. And the optimism is through the roof. Even Hondo is pretty much saying this team looks different. You know what I mean? And he's excited about this team moving forward, man. So that's a great thing. Shout out to my brother Wasted and Big Mike in the building. I see both my Shieldmore brothers are in the building. Let me see. Yes, John. Hondo's video is on his channel on YouTube. Let me see. Kamara suspended 3 games. He's lucky to get 3. Tyree will be back, you guys. He will be back. You know what I mean? I know it's frustrating. You know, you have a top 10 pick, a guy that, we're really high on out of Texas Tech that's not out there yet. I understand completely. I understand people's frustrations and all that good stuff, but come on, man. Let's just be patient with the young buck. He will be back soon. I don't think this is going to be a red shirt year at all. I just think they're being very patient with him. I think we will see him at some point in preseason, and I think he will be ready for week 1. That don't quote me on it. Don't, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I have this feeling that Tyree will be out there week 1. They're being very, very, very patient with our young guy, man. Mitch is crazy. Yes, LV. I've been talking to my brother Barcode Cody, man. I'm definitely going to go see him next week when I get to Vegas. I fly in Friday morning, me and the wife. I'm definitely going to go visit my dog. Shout out to my boy Q, man. Zeus out here catching passes for TDs. Yes. Definitely seen that as well. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. You love to see it. Josh McDaniels loves to have his running backs active in the passing game as well as the run game. So to see Zeus out there, you know what I mean, catching a few balls, pause if necessary, is a beautiful thing, man. Salute to the 300 plus people in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. Salute. Wanted to talk about a few things. We're kind of talking about Trey Tucker already and how phenomenal he's looked out there at camp early on. It sounds as though we got it right with that Darren Waller trade, you guys. At the end of the day, I understand Darren Waller, you know, he's a superstar tight end. At the end of the day, he was not on the field enough. The durability issues piled up. We got the 100th pick for him in that third round, and we went out and got Trey Tucker. And right now, early on, it sounds as though we hit that pick. We hit on that pick because every guy that is out there, everybody that's watched a practice, anyone that's went out there and watched even a little bit of just the film that they put out there, Trey Tucker looks like an absolute steal in the third round with that 100th pick. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be honest. It'd be a lot easier to digest, you know, only supposedly getting a third round pick for Darren Waller from the Giants with, you know, and going out and drafting Trey Tucker. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody in the building. Oh my God, Mitchell Renz is saving up to get a BBL. Holy shit. The chat is going many early on in the morning. I love it. Get your coffee in, man. We talking that shit. BBLs. Let me see. Definitely hearing more INTs from Jimmy than AO4. Thoughts? I'm sure they're doing the same drills. I mean, look, John, you got one that's a QB1 that's probably out there playing against, you know, the Marcus Peters of the world, the Nate Hobbs of the world. And then you got, you know, Aiden that's going to come in and still get some reps against the starters, but he's probably playing against you more along the lines of, you know, the Webbs and those type of guys, right? At the end of the day, man, don't worry too much, you guys, about this Jimmy G shit. It's really, really early. You know, look, I'm excited. You guys know I'm excited about Aiden O'Connell. But, you know, I called that pick from day one. I must throw that back out there again. But Jimmy G is going to make mistakes early on. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that I love that I've been hearing thus far is Jimmy G has been hitting on his short and intermediate passes. That is where he's going to kill it this season, right? Those tight ends, those slot guys, you know what I mean? Those, look, you know, hit Devontae, you know what I mean? And leave him some space. He's going to go out there and cook. You know what I mean? It's those short, intermediate passes that I'm expecting Jimmy G to kill it with this season. You know what I mean? So if he's going to go out there and take some shots and, you know what I mean? And the defense comes up with some picks, cool. I don't really care too much about that because I don't think during the regular season, we're going to expect Jimmy G to go out there and just and gunsling. You know what I mean? I think he is going to eat the middle of that field up this season with those tight ends, with Michael Mayer, with Hooper. You know what I mean? You know, Trey Tucker's going to eat. Renfro's going to eat. He's going to hit a lot of these, you know, these wide receivers and, you know, short passes, allow them to get some open space to for the yards after the catch. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. Everybody wants to call me right now while I'm live. This shit is crazy. But yeah, no, Desert, I don't even want to call it the dink and dunk offense, man. You know what I mean? It's just, look, if that's what's going to get the job done, then get it done. Then get it done. I don't really care. Even if you call it the dink and dunk offense, I really don't give a shit because you don't have a guy out there that's going to throw 30, 40, 50, 60-yard passes consistently. You know what I'm saying? With Jimmy G, that's not what you want from him. You do not like if, okay, you guys are tired about hearing about picks already, right? So let's go out there and throw the ball 50, 60 yards every other play. You're probably going to be hearing interception a lot. That's not what you want to do. You know what I mean? Let Jimmy G cook with the strengths in his game. You know what I mean? Those short, intermediate passes, man, and take a shot whenever need be. You know what I mean? But yeah, Brian Hoyer apparently had a really good training camp day today, too, 909. Apparently this was his best practice thus far at camp. Yeah, Dan, he will cook in the red zone, unlike our ex-quarterback. There you have it. There you have it. Salute to Elite. I see sisters in the building. This team believes in this LB room. They have a bunch of lunch pail and hard hat guys. This is facts. Facts, facts, facts. Let me see. Chris says dink and dunk equals death of 1,000 cuts. Let me see. Grissom, it's not. It's not concerning me at all. At the end of the day, and this may sound crazy, right? And It may even sound like a hot take. But everyone knows I wanted Jalen Carter at that spot, right? And he was there. He was available. But Chandler is talking that shit right now, right? Saying that he feels really, really good. He's in shape. He's healthy. He's ready to go out there and ball out, right? To me, Tyree Wilson, and this may sound crazy, was a luxury pick. You know what I mean? You went and got a guy that's going to later on down the line replace Chandler Jones. And don't get me wrong, you're going to see all three of these guys on the field at the same time. You know what I mean? Max and, Max, Tyree, and Chandler. Chandler's going to play a lot of outside linebacker this season. Definitely, slimming down and losing some weight. But I'm not too worried about rushing Tyree Wilson out to the field. Like, there's no reason for me to go out there and rush. And like I said, a luxury pick may sound crazy, Walt, but at the end of the day, you drafted an edge rusher where you already have two starting edges. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too worried about that. We got Chandler, we got Max. These guys can still get it done. You know what I mean? Especially with Chandler healthy and ready to go. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about Tyree. They're going to be very, very, very patient with him. They're going to slowly build him up to get him out there on the field. I do think he'll be ready week 1, but at the end of the day, we still have two guys that is still going to start for us on the edge in Chandler and Max. So I'm not too worried about it at all. Grissom, no, not at all. Y'all in this BBL shit. Yeah, Chris, I've seen it too. I've definitely seen, hearing that Russell Wilson's not looking too well out there. I've even heard rumblings of Stidham outperforming him a few days at camp. Also, with KJ Hamler out for the season or placed on the IR apparently with the heart condition, and then man, they can't catch a break over there. You know what I mean? Their big body receiver, Patrick. You know what I mean? What he tore his Achilles, something along those lines, out for the season. You know what I mean? Sucks for them, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you, right? This is the time where we should smell blood in the water. We should smell blood in the water. We got these guys week 1. They're probably going to be without two of their guys at the wide receiver position with Hamler, you know what I'm saying, and Tim Patrick. He's gone for the season. And then, with Russell, struggling apparently in camp. Hey, man, smell blood. Go out there week 1, hit Denver, and come out with a W on the road, man. That would be major, major, major momentum for this team moving forward going into Buffalo. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I definitely think that we can go into Denver and beat them. But Buffalo is going to be a tough assignment. If we can go 1-1 those first 2 weeks, I would be very, very happy. Do I believe we can beat Buffalo? Yeah. Catching them at the beginning of the season also, with them still working out the kinks and all that, cool. But I believe you go into Denver, you get them out the way. And if you take an L, which I do believe will take that L in Buffalo, to come back home week 3 against Pittsburgh 1-1 is all good to me. It's all good to me. Yeah, man, Sean Payton didn't know what he was getting into. And Sean Payton is a very, very overrated coach. Very overrated coach. Wilson is a long ball QB. He struggles with short passes, offense, and that's Sean's offense. I'm telling you right now, man, people thought because Russell Wilson and Drew Brees were these undersized quarterbacks that it would work with Sean Payton. But yeah, man, those two are two different football players, totally two different skill sets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in measurables, you can look at them and say they damn near look the same. Two different games. Patrick Mahomes' average air yards on his 41-yard TD passes last year were 4.5 yards, with only one TD over 19 yards. You don't need to air it out to have a potent passing attack. Big Mike with a fucking haymaker. Salute to my brother. This is facts, bro. Facts, facts, facts. Read that again, you guys. 4.5 yards with only one TD over 19 yards. You do not need to air it out in a potent passing attack. There you have it. There you have it. Let me see. I agree, Docs. I've been saying Sean Payton is a glorified underachiever. He's already making excuses. He ain't changing nothing. Salute to Daniel. Raider Takeover says, I'm sorry, guys. Jimmy reminds me of Chad Pennington. Look, I'll take a Chad Pennington at this point. Raider Takeover. I'm going to be honest with you, man. That's a guy that, helped lead his team to the playoffs a few times out there with the Jets. Yeah, he might not go down as a Hall of Fame type guy, but if you can get a bridge guy that you can get that kind of production out of, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Jimmy G is a glorified bridge guy. You know what I mean? This we know he's the glorified bridge quarterback. So I'm not expecting, Patrick Mahomes 2.0 or, what I mean, to come into the building. Like, that's not what we should expect out of him. Chad Pennington, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. If that's what we got out of Jimmy G, I'm cool with it. I actually used to enjoy sometimes watching Chad Pennington out there, man, playing the game, man. You know what I mean? He has some big time games out there in New York. You guys want to watch the presser? We definitely can. Shout out to Wilder, man. What's up, Docs? I might be late, but what's your thoughts on signing Jalen Smith? I think he can play a pivotal part in the linebacker unit. Well, at this point, Wilder, he left the building without a deal. So I don't know if there's even any doubling back on that. Vinny B did tweet out that it wasn't a for sure thing that we're going to sign him. We just wanted to kind of see what was out there. So, at the end of the day, man, we may double back, but I think that they like what they got out there with these young guys. I do. I think they like Masterson. I think they like, I'm hearing Amari Burney, you guys, hearing some pretty good things about Amari Burney at this point. You know what I mean? Sounds as though he had a really good practice the other day. Robert Spillane is out there, probably the leader right now in that linebacker room. You know what I mean? And then, Divine Diablo's back out there. So I would love Wilder to have a veteran, like Jalen Smith in there, to help, these young pups get acclimated to the NFL, you know what I'm saying? And help them take that next step, because he is a one-time Pro Bowler. And let's be honest, if he never got injured, he would have been a first-round guy out of Notre Dame and so on and so forth. But I don't know if we double back. I think that if they like what they seen from Jalen Smith, he would have never left that building without a deal. So at the end of the day, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I do not think we're going to sign Jalen Smith. I think we allowed him to walk for a reason, and we're going to run with what we have. But we're still going to see guys come in. We had like 10 guys to come in the other day for a workout. I never heard of any of them. Real talk. So there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking here. But I don't know about the Jalen Smith. I don't know if we double back Wilder at this point to bring him back in. Let me see. Salute to my dog Wilder, man. Salute to Mateo. Rich Gannon didn't air it out and won MVP. Keep the ball moving and keep the other offense off the field. And that's what it's about. Let me bring this presser on, you guys, so we can talk about it. Let me see. All right. I'll bring it on here shortly, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let's watch this presser together as a unit. Salute to all my people in the building, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button, man. It definitely helps the channel. All right, let me see what we got. Boom. Skip ad. Skip trial. We got Mumford up right now, you guys, I believe. All right, let's do it. I want to see what Diablo has to say.
In the future of this year, like we got to focus on now. That's all it is.
A lot of times people say the biggest jump for.
Been hearing Mumford is thinking the first team reps too, you guys.
Now than you were when last season ended.
I feel like I'm pretty well. Like
sounds as though him and Illuminor been kind of splitting reps.
Always room to improve.
Starting right tackle spot. Keep an eye on that.
Me a couple times today, and I appreciate that. But it's also something I need to work on too. Everybody needs to work on something. Jermaine, us as a whole offensive line, we all need to work on something. It's not just like from my first season to this season. We all just need to work on stuff.
It looks like from our vantage point, it kind of be hell lining up against Max Crosby every day. It's got to get kind of frustrating. How do you keep your head, or is it just what's it like?
It can be frustrating, of course, but at the same time, though, like we know like who Max is. Like we know who we about to go against every day. Like it's nothing new. Like everybody sees that he's top 20 in the league right now, but at the same time, like we all want to respect each other. Like that's all it is.
What's been the biggest difference between practice this year as opposed to last year? It seems like there's a little bit of an uptick and a little bit more up tempo.
I think everybody's a lot more confident. We're a lot more confident as a whole group, as a whole team, and
that content.
What we gotta do. We can't just focus on last year. That's one thing we need to work on is don't focus on last year. Focus on the present. Focus on what we need to do right here, right now.
Last year, you had mentioned that in this game of football, at the level that you played at, there's mental challenges and
Of course.
confidence that you have to kind of battle within yourself. How do you feel like you've grown in that particular area?
I feel like I've grown a lot because last year as a rookie, my eyes was like buck wide open, and I'm just sitting here going against Max. I'm like, I've been hearing him since I was a sophomore, and now going against him every day, trying to get better, doing the right things, getting my body right. Of course, like me mentally, for my second year, I'm a lot more on top of my body than anything.
Yeah, I can notice that.
Mhm.
You look different compared to last year. What did you do?
Just really focused on myself and focused on my mental. I take the mental thing a lot serious than others because last year I was in a dark place like by like week 6 because it was just a lot for me. So
Damn, that's the
taking
second offensive lineman that said
give
that.
everything to God, taking my time to God,
The Luminar
to actually
too.
like help me push through the day. It helps a lot. It helps out a lot.
I'm not trying to get too personal, but was it because you weren't playing as much as you wanted to, or things weren't working? Just other stuff in life?
It was just other stuff in life that I wasn't used to. And in college, you always got sheltered a lot more because you're still a young man trying to grow up. And right now, as a man, you're supposed to know everything what's going on and how to manage that with work and with family life.
Last year, you told me that the speed power conversion transition from college to the NFL was what you expected. One thing that was unexpected going into your rookie year was working on your core strength. What types of things did you do this year to kind of get you prepared for the upcoming season?
Really, just work out as hard as I can. I push myself a lot harder. And that's all it was. Just push myself mentally and physically. That's all it is.
How have you evolved as a player in the film room and just learning to maybe take the nuances behind the scenes? How have you evolved?
Basically just looking on like personnel wise, like who I'm going against. Like for the next couple weeks, I'm going against Max. Like what does he like to do? And what does he like to speed rush a lot or speed the bull? Something along the lines like that. And just understanding how the offense is and how the defense works around our offense. It makes things a lot more easier to understand.
Was there a moment last season when I guess to use your example, your eyes got smaller when you kind of settled down a little bit, or did that not happen until the off season?
To be honest, it didn't happen until I got put into Denver, the second Denver game last year at Denver, and everything just like started like slowed down a lot. I was like, okay, I can play here is something that I gotta get used to. Of course, nothing's gonna be easy. Like we got great opponents that we're going against in the next couple weeks, but just stay on my course and stay on our course as a team.
You mentioned how you and Jermaine are competing for the right tackle spot. How's that dynamic? Are you guys helping each other out? Is there trash talking? How do you guys get along the last couple of years?
Man, me and him, like he's kind of like my big brother. He kind of like took me under his wing when I was struggling with certain stuff personally. And, this year we competing for the same spot and nothing has changed. We like sometimes we get down the dunks, but we there to pick each other up. It's nothing. Like, we're not trash talking. We're here to help out each other to become a better person and a better player on the football field.
Guys good? Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, there.
I like their Mumford a lot, you guys. I do, man. I think that's gonna be our future right tackle right there. They were reporting the other day out of camp that they were splitting time at right tackle between him and Illuminor. You know what I mean? So I love it. I love it, man. I do believe that we
When we talked to you in the
Divine, this is
spring,
what I've been
we were
waiting for, you guys.
Trying to figure out that sweet spot for you in terms of your weight and being able to cover and be able to stand up against the run. Do you feel like you found that?
Yes, I feel like I lost a little weight from the spring. I felt I was a little too big, but now I feel comfortable where I'm at.
A lot of new faces on D-line. What are you seeing at practice behind those guys? What's the impression so far of the new guys on the D-line?
I think they're doing a great job, especially of taking on double teams, keeping the linemen off of us, so we're free to the ball. So I think those guys are doing great.
If we're getting your hands on a lot of balls today defensively, there were some interceptions that
Hey, yo.
balls. How important is that to
Hey, yo.
in terms of making plays, not just doing your job but making plays?
This is very important to us. We challenge each other every day. Sometimes we put like push-up competitions on the board. Whoever gets the most picks doesn't have to do push-ups, stuff like that. So yeah, it's very important to us.
Who's usually winning those competitions?
I'll say right now, the corners are winning. LBs, we catching up right now. I think we had 2 balls today.
What's that linebacker room like now with Robert Spillane there?
Robert Spillane's great, man. He's a smart guy. He's teaching me things. I feel like he's a very experienced linebacker. He's a hard hitter. He comes to work. Like, he puts energy into me, and that's really hard to do. So I'm surprised, and I'm grateful to have him here.
Everybody's different. Max and Robert, vocal guys. You're not the most vocal guy in the world, but you are intense. Will you talk about how the dynamics of all that mixes different personalities, please?
I feel like we all just feed off of each other. If Robert's, I help Rob out, he helps me out. It's just all like a team thing. It's a team, and I see a lot of chemistry out there, and I'm proud of us. Just got to keep it up.
I'm sorry, coming in, obviously you were safety to linebacker, transition. And
Definitely sounds like he was sick.
Amari, who are kind of in the same.
John, you hit it on the head, bro.
To help those guys kind of transition after, kind of having that experience at safety. And how much do you think that benefits your game as a linebacker with that previous experience?
I think where the game is at today, I think it's a lot of passing. I think it benefits in that case scenario. As far as run game, we do have to put on a little weight to take on these linemen. But as far as Bernie and Luke, whenever they ask me, I just help them out, give them little tips. Obviously, I'm only like a year ahead of Luke and then 2 ahead of Bernie. But in whatever way possible, we help each other out.
What did you learn from your first off season that you carried into your second? Like, did you learn how to do things better in terms of when you start training, that kind of thing? Like,
actually, yes. My rookie off season, it took a little while. I wanted to take a break from football. This past off season, I went to work as soon as possible. Put on more weight, study more film, and I feel like it's helped me a lot.
What did you learn watching more film about you?
About me, I do a lot of wasted steps. I shouldn't move too fast to the right or to the left. I should, just bounce my feet, be patient, see what's going on, and then attack, because I feel like I'm fast enough to react. I just got to be patient.
I guess difficult maybe to find a balance if you go to work and just grind through the whole off season. Do you have to find a balance? Or is that something you were concerned about?
I was a little concerned about it. I still found some weekends to take time to myself, get a massage, go somewhere. I went to Disneyland with my girlfriend. Just small things, but outside of that, football was really important to me this year.
Are you sensing a different mindset on the defense this year compared to last year?
I am. I don't really like to talk about last year, but this year I know we're hungry. We're all going after balls. We're all running to the ball. And we're just trying to keep that mindset, keep building it.
Hey, yo.
We've seen you make some plays on the ball and coverage earlier in camp. I know that's always kind of been a strength of your game. You're able to do both, but do you feel even more comfortable in the pass game going into your third year?
Yes, I feel a lot more comfortable going, and I'm understanding what the offense is trying to do to us now. I understand my responsibility as well as everybody around me, so I try to use that to my strength.
When do you think that clicked, when you started kind of understanding more what the offense was trying to do?
I think me really finally getting to the scheme for a second year. My first year was a different scheme. Second year was a different scheme. So me already knowing the playbook, just trying to expand from that, it helped out a lot.
We were talking to Brandon, facing about last week, and you guys spent 2 years at Virginia Tech. How cool was it to kind of go in 2021 to both evolving into the roles that you had going into this season now?
B-Face, that's my boy, man. I'm happy to see him here. It just brings back memories from Virginia Tech, and we just got to represent. It pushes me even more because I want to represent the Hokies as well while I'm here. So, yeah, I'm glad to have him here.
Could you give us your analysis?
You definitely sniffing around a lot. You could tell he probably had a cold.
Just what you see from them, what you like.
I like that they're both very hungry. They know what to do. They really don't have any mental errors. They're always in the classroom. Shoot, they're teaching me things sometimes. So they take football very seriously, and I appreciate them for that.
The word we've heard a lot is disruption, like be disruptive on defense. And you've talked about getting, not deflecting balls, things like that. How do you balance trying to do that, but also staying disciplined, taking care of your responsibility, but also wanting to go after the ball?
It's just a mindset, is what our coach said. Obviously, you got to do your job first, but once you did your job, just go after the ball, and that's how we become a better defense.
All right, you guys want good? Thanks, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Love it. We still got Brandon Bolden, you guys, and I believe we have John Jenkins, the veteran defensive tackle that came over from Miami. So I think we have 2 more guys, but Yeah, it sounds as though Divine was a little sick, a little under the weather, man. So that may have been why he missed. Oh, here we go. Brandon Bolden, you guys. They're not playing today. Back to back to back. Let's go.
What have you liked out of the kind of offensive progression here? The first week of camp, you guys get picked up to speed.
I like the grind that everybody has. Everybody came with their mindset on working from this off season, getting ready for camping. I just love the energy and everything that's going on with the offense right now.
Been at this a long time. Does it ever get old to you at all, or does it? I saw you tweet that I think it was the day before. It felt like you were pretty excited to start another training camp.
Oh yeah, it's like I was telling the young guys, it's like the first day of school for me forever. So this is like my 12th camp. So, just getting ready the day before, make sure you get enough rest, stay hydrated the whole nine. And then my son, he's 12. And so he's kind of staying on me. It was like, you can't get showed up, old man, and stuff like that. So, I got not only the young guys on this team, but I got my son pushing me as well.
What are some, I guess, improvements that you've noticed from being Jimmy G's teammate in New England, kind of around him when he was a younger player, and now he's kind of evolved to a starter? What are some things that you've noticed in growth for him?
I mean, it's like any young player's growth, they're kind of stepping into that vet play role. And that's what Jimmy's been doing. He's been doing a great job, and he's came back and he hasn't missed a beat.
Your reputation, your whole career has been a good teammate, but I'm curious, when you're competing with Zeke and coaching, but still playing and helping them, how's that dynamic work?
It's the same. It's keeping me sharp at the same time, because it might be some things he come with a question with that by nature, I don't even think about. Sometimes it's just reaction, and it kind of keeps me sharp on top of everything as well. So I appreciate Z, Britt, Sincere, Amir, everybody, because the questions is not only for them, they're also for me, just to make sure I stay on top of everything as well.
You're focused on offense, but there's been some competitive periods where the defense has been kind of doing its thing. And I know in the whole scheme of things, that's great for the Raiders and your team. Are you noticing that side of the ball kind of growing up a little bit?
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said, it's being competitive out there, and we're also a team. So anything that they do competitive wise against us or for us, I'm all for it. We're all a team at the end of the day, and we want to see each other exceed.
Well, you mentioned you've been around for a while. You've seen the position kind of change in the eyes of the league. Obviously, the running backs are a big focus right now. What has just been your kind of read on the emotion a lot of running backs have showed about their value?
I mean, we play this game, we go and put our life on the line a lot of the time. And as one of my old former coaches would say, when you carry that ball, you carry the fortune of the entire team, the entire organization on your back. And so we carry the brunt of that burden every time we go out there. And, guys,
Ja'Cory and Bennett got a pick today too, you guys.
It's not just one or two backs. And when you look at the whole spectrum of things, running backs do a lot of stuff. We block, we catch, we run, we do a lot. So that's neither here nor there. I'm here to play football. I'm a special teamer at the end of the day. And I love to see the position get what they deserve. And, just go out there and have fun, play football.
There you have it, you guys.
I know it's the other side of the ball, but what does Marcus Spears bring to the mix?
Vet leadership. Someone who's been there, done that.
There you have it.
Can help the young guys point them in the right direction.
He said it himself.
Kind of the same role I'm stepping into these days. Kind of like the elderman of the group, and kind of just be there to help out. And when your number's called, get out there and play.
As a guy who cares about special teams, it seems like the kickoff is almost being phased out in the minds of the NFL. They want to get rid of it. What do you think of some of the changes that are here and could potentially come?
We're just going to do business as business being done. I came into the league back when you could have a 10-yard run and start. So I've been a part of every change so far. So we'll see how this
Bolden
goes.
is officially a glorified special teamer, you guys.
Seems like you're hearing it from all angles about being so experienced in this league. We didn't even know about your son, but we had a beer in here a few days ago, said you're in your 8,000th year or something like that. What's it like when these guys are giving you grief? Do you just take it, or you bite back?
I just take it most of the time. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, when I came into the league, and they laugh at me when I say these names, with my first spring practice, Chad Ochocinco was there, Deion Branch was there, and I got a few rookies who was looking at me like, who are those guys? So, like I've been around a long time, but I caught a lot of those guys towards the end of their career, and they played a long time. So, it's kind of almost refreshing to be like, yeah, I've been in here this long, and I've got to see a lot of great players play this game and got to watch them like actually get out there and play and walk away from this game, and keep in contact with a few of them. So, you know, it's a few jabs here and there, a couple low blows, and it's just like, all right, you know, you got that. But my favorite one to this day was B was in the league when Jesus created the game of football. And that that's been my favorite one so far. But the jokes, they get outrageous more and more.
Who told you that? Who's that?
Was that Trey? That was either Trey or Britton Brown.
What is the key to sticking around this long? What's the key to sticking around this long?
Taking care of your body.
I agree.
Learning. I had a great vet, Vince Wilfork, tell me you can never make the club while in the tub. As we were both in the hot tub, so that was kind of funny. But you know, he told me that, and just kind of watching how those guys took care of their body, how serious they was about what was going in their body and what they put out at practice and stuff like that. And that kind of just stuck with me way back in 2012 and to this day. And just the same, like, because we sit in meetings a lot, especially during camp. I'll be that guy that just go stand in the back of the room and break out a foam roller or just start stretching against the wall, stuff like that. But that's because that's what I've been seeing vets do since I've been in the league.
Right, you guys are good?
There you have it, you guys. Few things we got away from that, few tidbits. He is a special teamer. Brandon Bolden at this point in his career is not a running back. I mean, if need be, if he was forced to go out there and get some reps at the running back position, it looks as though, you know, we may have to throw him out there. But he said at this point in his career, he is a special teamer. So that is our special team ace there. That is the reason why Josh McDaniels kept him around. He's a really good special teamer at that as well. So it looks as though the reins are being handed over to the young kids, Zeus and Sierra. You know, he mentioned Amir Abdullah, even though he's a veteran. And he talked about Britton Brown a little bit as well. So there you have it, man. So for those who think, you know, what are we doing? And I was one of them with Brandon Bolden. Like, why is he still here? Well, he's getting paid the big bucks to be a special team guy. So there you have it. There you have it, Dan. An emergency running back if need be. So I like it. I like it. These pressers, I'm getting a lot out of this today. Real quick, also, you guys, rough day for the Raiders offense today. Jacorian Bennett, Isaiah Palamau, and Robert Spillane capitalized for picks today. A very prosperous day for the defensive side of the ball. Let me see some. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. I believe we have one more guy coming up to the podium for this presser, and I believe it's John Jenkins. Salute to the 30 people that called me while I did this live. There you go. Bolden's going to be a special teams war daddy. Yeah, the D was cooking today, man. Filthy Phil. Love it. Love it. Pause if necessary. Yeah, man. Sis, facts. That is great to hear. They are focused on creating turnovers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Zeus putting up top 5 fantasy. No. Good stuff. I love the optimism, brother, but this is going to be more of a committee-based running back room. You know what I mean? Even if Josh does come back, which I think he will, I think the reps are going to get split up amongst all these young guys. Yep, I'm okay with that. Back and forth. Oh, will come around. They had a great day the other day. Salute Graphk. Bring out that wonderful content. Salute to my dog Sean, man. The secondary is showing out, which means they're comfortable in our defensive scheme. There you have it. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. And there was 2 guys that weren't out there today, top beats. Duke Shelley and David Long Jr., 2 free agents that came over from the Vikings and Rams. They did not practice today. But you know, Marcus Peters was out there. Like, he was all over the field. Jacorian, the young guy to Maryland, came up with the pick. Sounds as though Trayvon Merrick came up with the pick, but then they caught it out of bounds. So it looks as though he didn't get both feet in or whatnot. But still great to see Merrick all over the place, you know what I mean, and turning it into that ball hawk that we all originally thought he would when we drafted him in the 2nd round out of TCU. But Robert Spillane apparently dropped back in the coverage and got a pick. So, hey, you love to hear that, right? Because we struggle mightily at the linebacker position We're trying to create turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Denzel Perryman got a few. I remember that pick, was it last year or the year before? It was literally right in his hands. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I guess John Jenkins is not going to be. I guess John Jenkins is not going to be talking today. So there you have it. But yeah, there you go, Elite. Yep. Marcus Peters dropped the pick and had to do push-ups. He dropped down and gave him 10 push-ups on demand. That's some real Oakland shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lucky, have not heard anything yet about Harris. Nothing at this point. Actually, it's been radio silence. But I've already assumed that he was going to be more of a depth piece anyway that we added to this linebacking core. Elite, I am big on Spillane. He just gives me Bill Romanowski vibes. I'm going to see Bill Romanowski next week. I can't wait. He is a funny dude. You got intense as shit, but a cool, solid dude. I like to hear Palo is showing out against our stacked wide receiving core. There you go. Facts. Shout out to John. I haven't heard anything about Drake Thomas at this point. I know he was looking pretty good, at rookie training camp, and I haven't really seen too much. I've heard little things here and there about he was looking pretty good, but there haven't been really any real updates on Drake Thomas as of late. And I've read every tweet. I've scoured the internet trying to find everything about everybody. And as of late, I haven't really heard too much about Drake Thomas. Let me see. He was winded after practice. Shout out to Junior, man, my dog. Yeah, that was definitely an early Christmas present to Marcus. Right in his hands. Boop. LV, I love you, bro. Oh, yeah, it's funny. And him and Gannon, the last year at the alumni party, they sat down together and talked for hours. So, they're very close. Hondo mentioned Drake Thomas looking good. Yes, I actually caught that part. But I'm talking about these past few days. I haven't really heard any updates, especially like on a Twitter feed and seen any footage of them. I've heard a few things about Drake Thomas, but I haven't heard in these past few days. And yesterday was an off day, you guys. So, there wasn't gonna be too much news dropping, but yeah, no news is good news. Solid production. There you go, Casper. Let me see. William, no one's ever going to remind me of Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is literally one of one. He's one of one. It's like Barry Sanders, just one of one. You know what I mean? I would never, ever say that anyone reminded me of Bo Jackson. He was just different. If you got a chance and an opportunity back in the day to really watch him play football, even baseball, the athleticism just was insane. It's just unmatched. You can never, I would never put anyone in the same category as Bo Jackson. It's just levels to that shit. You know what I mean? If his career didn't get cut off short because of that hip injury against the Cincinnati Bengals, he would have probably broke every record. Shout out to my brother JT in the building. Salute to my dog. Typically early in camp, you definitely want your offense to be ahead of the defense. Let's hope that swings the other way in a couple of days. Good for the defense. Facts, JT. Shout out, man. And this is where we struggled, you guys, mightily the past few decades, is the defensive side of the ball. So I don't want to hear anybody freaking out about, oh my God, the offense. Look, the receivers have been looking really good out there. The tight ends have been balling out. Trey Tucker, hearing really good things about Michael Mayer. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's just slow it down. Let the defense give them their glory. Allow them to, give them their roses. We've been asking for this for a long time, you guys. You know what I mean? Give the defense their kudos. Don't make this an opportunity to shit on Jimmy G and the offense. Just make this a situation where we just give the defense all the glory that they deserve. That's it, man. We've been waiting for it. You know what I mean? So to hear the defense out there cooking is a beautiful thing. Real football, I'll say this, live football, right? Week 1, we'll kind of see where we are. You know what I mean? That's when the real competition hits. But to see these guys out there playing that well against an offense that's that stacked, you know what I mean? We know Josh Jacobs isn't out there yet. We know Jimmy G is still getting reacclimated to this offense, to this system. But, to have a Devontae Adams, a Jacoby Myers, a Hunter Renfrow, those type of guys, a potential top 3, top 5 receiver unit in the NFL, to see the DBs coming up with picks, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Let's give those guys their flowers. I'm not making this a Jimmy G thing. I'm making this a defensive thing. To see Palo out there get a pick, to see Jacorian Bennett get one out there that early, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I wasn't there to see this. You know what I mean? So I don't know where they were in terms of, I don't know who Jacorian Bennett was on when he got the pick. I do not know. It could have been the seconds, the thirds. You know what I mean? I don't know. But just give these guys the flowers, man. Give them the flowers. Yeah, man. I'm glad our defense is hungry and ready to eat. Facts, Will. Yeah, man. Walt, you want to see it, man. You want to see it. You definitely do. And especially now, man, with this new regime and hearing the report that Q dropped, what I'm saying, about, our former regime with John Gruden telling the defense not to pick off Derek Carr because it would affect his confidence. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I want to see football at its finest. You know what I mean? And I think that Jimmy G is one of those kind of quarterbacks that's like, if you can pick the ball off, pick the ball off. You know what I mean? Jimmy G, he's a guy that just, you can tell, like, nothing really affects him like that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy you want out there at the quarterback position. If the defense comes up with some picks, he's definitely going to be like, okay, I got you on the next one. You know what I mean? That's what you want. To hear that report come out about John Gruden telling the defense not to pick off their quarterback in camp because you don't want to affect his confidence, that shit is sad. That shit is sad. If that's true, if what Q said, and your boy Q said it came from a real source that I think he was pretty close to, right? Come on, man, that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Shout out to John, man. Ew, need a remix of Dr. Dre G thing when Jimmy throws touchdowns. That'll be fire. Salute to my dog. That'd be fire. That definitely would be cold. That'd be cold. Shout out to my dog, man. Gerard, I was thinking it was Cap too, man, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I've been doing this now for 3.5 years, right? And there's certain guys that, I actually, like, I really respect their opinion. I respect, the relationships that they have around the NFL. And I don't think your boy Q would come out and say anything like that if it wasn't true. You know what I mean? Your boy Q is very well respected within this Raider community, by the players, by the beat writers, by content creators. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him coming out with that kind of take if it wasn't true. You know what I mean? If it came from, the likes of, Josh DeBall or something, right, who hates DC, or even if it came from Victor Fur because he's very hit or miss with shit, I would have kind of second guessed it. When it came from Q, or if it came from Hondo, I definitely would be looking like, okay, because those are two guys that I definitely, look at and respect their opinions and respect their takes. You know what I mean? Yes, Elite, you did send that to me on Twitter. Appreciate you. Shout out to sis. You definitely did. You definitely not went and checked it out, and I was like, wow, that is crazy. Yes, DeMarcus Bennett and Peters on the outside. So this is okay. Apparently, you guys, I wanted to read this as well. Shout out to everybody still here in the building, almost 500 people plus. All right. So Paul Gutierrez has been out there. I'm at camp, you guys. And let me see. Okay, I'm going to read this. You guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is the starting defensive lineup and starting offensive lineup at training camp. It says starting defensive lineup and offensive lineup through 7 training camp practices. Okay. I want to see what you guys think about this. All right. Let me know. This is Paul Gutierrez saying what he's seen out there on the field thus far. Starting defensive end, Max Crosby, clear cut. Defensive tackle, Bilal Nichols. I love that. I love it. Defensive tackle, Jerry Tillery. So Tillery may take one of them spots. And I've been hearing really good things about Tillery as well. Kind of went back and started going through my news feed and checking out articles. It looks as though Tillery's all over the place also. So, and Chandler Jones at the other edge spot. So it looks like the defensive line at this point would be Max Crosby, Bilal Nichols, Jerry Tillery, and Chandler Jones. And, I had Byron Young starting in his rookie year, but with him also being out this deep in the camp already, there got to be some question marks around that. So I don't see Byron Young starting. Definitely going to be rotating a lot. Definitely the defensive line is going to be rotating in and out a lot. But this is just early on right now. At linebacker, Divine Diablo and Robert Spillane, which I can see. And I love to see this, you guys. Starting corners in the slot, Nate Hobbs. Go back and check out Nate Hobbs' interview with our brother Raider Cody. Blackout. He said that he would love to be in the slot. It looks as though right now he would be starting in the slot with Marcus Peters on one side and Jacorian Bennett on the other. Yes. Yes, would love to see Bennett with all that speed. Start on the outside. I would love to see it with Hobbs. To me, that sounds like a very, very like that can be a devastating corner room if they all just unlock their potential, right? We already know what Marcus Peters can do. You know what I'm saying? We already know. When healthy, especially. But if we return Hobbs to the slot and have him play there predominantly, he'll be on the outside as well this year. But with Jacorian, that can be a cold DB room. And then I love this, you guys, at the safety spots. It sounds as though these guys are already like this. Trayvon Merrick and Marcus Epps. So I love it. I think that should be the starting safeties. Anyway, I know Chris Smith will get some burn. I also know that Palo will get a lot. You know, we're going to be having some 3 safety looks and all that good shit. You know, he'll probably be, I said this a million times, Palo will probably be close to the line of scrimmage a lot, going after the quarterback, you know what I mean, and playing in the box. So that's cool. Let me see. Offensive side of the ball. This is pretty much, I think, where we all think it would be, with one question mark here. Left tackle, Colton Miller. Left guard, Dylan Parham. We all can agree on this. Right guard, our center, Andre James. We can all agree on that. Right tackle, Jermaine Illuminor. You know, hearing that him and Mumford are splitting reps right now at right tackle, and I'm hearing also that Jermaine Illuminor is still struggling with false starts here right now, you guys. In training camp, this is the place to kind of get the rust off, but that's not a good thing to hear, man, especially after coming off of last year where he struggled a lot with those penalties. But at right tackle right now, Jermaine Illuminor would probably have the up on him. We just, signed him to a 1-year deal, you know what I mean, to see if he can replicate what he did last year and clean up the penalties. But at right guard, Alex Bars. No. I'm hearing good things about Moody. Have Moody out there. Moody should be the starting right guard. And if it's not Moody, have Mumford just kick inside at right guard. I do not want to see anywhere in any world where Alex Bars potentially starts on this offensive line. Please, no. Moody over him, McClendon Curtis, the UDFA over him, and Mumford over him at the right guard spot. But apparently, Bars has already been getting some snaps at the starting right guard position. I would hate that. Wide receiver 1, Devontae, clear cut. Wide receiver 2, Jacoby Myers, clear cut. Slot receiver starter, Hunter Renfrow, clear cut. QB, Himothy, Jimmy Garoppolo, and at running back right now, who would start without Josh being there, Zamir White. So there you have it. Bars is a big boy, and he's also a versatile guy that can, move around on the O-line, but I do not want to see in any. I'm sorry. If you have Alex Bars starting on your offensive line, and not just a guy that has to come in and play a game or two because someone went down. If this is your starter going into week 1, I'm very nervous about this offensive line. Yes, I'm sorry. I did not read the tight end. Michael Mayer, tight end 1. Michael Mayer, the rookie out of Notre Dame, our second rounder, tight end. Love it. Richard, I agree. Moody or Curtis, or if you have to, move Mumford in the right guard. Mumford played guard, played tackle at Ohio State. He can kick in and kick out. Yeah, and Elite, I hate it, but I definitely come on, Moody. Just take that spot. McClendon, take that spot. Somebody needs to take that spot. I do not want to see him out there. No, Lester Cotton is no longer on his team, Top. Shout out to my brother, Top Beats. I'm not against that either, Sean. I'm not against moving Illuminor inside and having Mumford out at right tackle. I'm not against that at all. It's still very early, LV. This is facts. Reese got DeAndre Carter, 2 TDs versus Buffalo, or 1 kick return TD and 65 yards. Calling it. I would love that. Would love to see my Sacramento State brethren go out there and cook. That'd be phenomenal. Let me see. I think everybody's been killing Merrick, though. You know what I mean? I think everybody has. So Q said that Merrick looks dead out there? Huh. Okay. I've been hearing good things about Merrick. So shit, I don't know. Q's out there. Q's watching. He said he looks dead out there. Damn. I've been hearing good things about him and Marcus Epps together. But once again, I'm going off of other beat writers. I'm going off some guys that I know that's been out there on the sideline watching. But Q's there. Q's watching. So I'll tell you right now, Merrick better get it together this year. Because if he doesn't, yeah, man, it's going to be a problem. His career might end up being derailed. If he doesn't get it together this year, his career can go the Jonathan Abram way. It can go the Trayvon Mullen way. You know what I mean? Like, he better get it together this season, or he may end up Jonathan Abram, Seahawks, Saints, Trayvon Mullen, Arizona, Dallas, Baltimore. You better get it together now. Because I'm telling you now, this is a pivotal year for him. If he looks dead out there, he better look alive as much as possible. He said Merrick just hasn't made any plays on the ball. Well, he made a few today, Alex. So maybe Q. Oh, you talking about the Q, the shit that he put up a few days ago, right? Well, it sounds as though Merrick maybe heard. Maybe he heard it and woke him up because apparently he made a few plays on the ball today. Yeah, those injuries piled up. And John, I said this for a while already, that when we had Mullen around and people were killing me for it, I said he doesn't look like he wants to be out there. Said that numerous times about him. Said it looks like he don't want to be out there. Doesn't look like he wants to play football. It looks like he wants to be a guy that wants to be involved in the music industry and do everything else other than football. You know what I'm saying? I remember he was posting pictures at Miami Heat games and this and that. It's like, damn, bro, where are you at in your you know what I mean, in your development in football? David, I mean, hey, look, wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked. You got to go out there and cook. At the end of the day, this regime is very good at replacing starters. They are very good at that. I'm telling you now. Look what happened, right? Jermaine Illuminor signed a 1-year deal, kind of a prove-it deal. We drafted Mumford last year, a guy that I think is going to take Illuminor's job at some point. And I want Illuminor to win that spot and us to give him a deal and him to stick around forever. He has that Raider mentality. I love Jermaine Illuminor. But, he may get a deal somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But we know how to this regime will go out and get some guys. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you Trayvon Mullen, you know what I'm saying? Or Merrick, you're struggling? You want to get your shit together? We'll go get Chris Smith. We'll go get Chris Smith in the 5th round out of Georgia, 2-time national champ, captain. Okay? Go get him at the safety spot. If you ain't ready to go, he'll take your spot. Simple and plain. You know what I mean? You see it with many positions. The running back spot, right? The running back position. They went out and drafted a shit ton of running backs, you know what I mean, with Josh Jacobs, you know what I'm saying, on his last year of his deal. After declining the 5th-year option. These guys are definitely drafting. Look at the right guard spot, right? They went out and got a UDFA. McClendon Curtis, a guy that could potentially start at the next level. You know what I mean? These guys are definitely, they know how to draft guys, draft replacements. And I guarantee you, Merrick is sitting back saying, he's feeling the pressure. It's like, damn, man, they went and got Chris Smith. Yeah, bro, you have not been balling like that. Rookie year, had a pretty good year. 2nd year, shit the bed. 3rd year, hey, man, you better come out. You know what I mean? You better show something. Because I'm telling you now, we will definitely move on from you. You know what I mean? And, look at the linebacker position. We moved on from Denzel Perriman, a guy that ended up being a Pro Bowl guy for us, but still dealt with durability issues. And they went out and got a guy like Robert Spillane, a very sneaky option at the linebacker position that is a thumper, and he's questionable in coverage, but a guy that's a leader, and it looks like he's already, kind of running that linebacker room right now. So, look, any player out there that's fighting for it, and I've said this also, you guys, about Nate Hobbs. I love Nate Hobbs. I think he can be a guy that can be an all-pro at the NFL level. I do, especially in the slot. But this year, you have to show us now that you can be that guy that we all talk about Nate Hobbs, you guys, like he is a star. We all talk about Nate Hobbs like he's a star. Every Raider fan, we talk about Hobbs like he's done everything in the NFL already when he has not done shit. And that's no shade to Nate Hobbs. You know what I mean? I'm a huge fan of him. Loved him at Illinois. Love his mentality. But guess what? Former regime, they went out and got Jacorian Bennett. You know what I mean? They re-signed Tyler Hall to another year on it, added another year to his deal where he played really well for us in the nickel last year. Look, man, Nate Hobbs, Trayvon Merrick, this is the year, you guys. You two guys, y'all put on notice this year. You guys are definitely put on notice. Hobbs and Merrick need to feel the effect. You got guys that are breathing down your neck right now. Pause if necessary. Tyler Hall, Jacorian Bennett, you know what I mean? Chris Smith, Palo, a guy that, looks like he's already out there doing his numbers at the safety spot. Amen. Amen. Hobbs, Merrick, if you guys are listening, and I know Merrick watches this show because you will follow me and then unfollow me. So, bro, get your shit together. This is the year. This is a huge, huge year for your career, brother. Because if you can't get it done this year, or you can't show signs of life, you may end up being a guy that was supposed to be a first-round talent that ended up falling to the second because of a so-called back injury, right? But did great things at TCU. You may end up going from being that to being a cautionary tale. You may end up being a journeyman if you don't get your shit together this year. That's crazy. And, same thing with Hobbs. I don't think he'll be a guy that's going down the Trayvon Mullen trajectory, but he can if he doesn't show up this year. This year, you have to show up, Hobbs. Just like Woods said, the GOAT. He said, I like Hobbs. He got that dog in him. Well, today or this year, you need to showcase that and just take it up a notch. Stay healthy and create some turnovers. Create some turnovers this year, Hobbs. We need more than just a pick. You know what I mean? We need you to go out there and get 3 or 4 of them shits. You know what I mean? We need to see signs of, oh yeah, he's ready to take it up a notch. He's ready to take it up a notch. Now we know what we got with Hobbs because this regime definitely will replace the shit out of you, bro. I promise you. Promise you. Merrick has a dartboard with Doc's face on it. Hey, man, I still got, I got a bunch of pictures that him and his team gave me on the wall in the man cave. You know what I mean? So, I got to get back in the cave at some point, too. A lot of new subscribers haven't seen the man cave with all the Raiders shit. Maybe I should do a live, you guys, once a week on my phone in the man cave. Maybe do it like Man Cave Mondays and just do a live in there on my phone. Kind of show all the memorabilia and stuff. I think that'd be dope. Merrick is great not giving up the deep ball. He's just not aggressive getting the ball. Reese, there you go. JT Hobbs was moved from the slot to outside year 2. He's back at the slot ball in year 3. Everything is gravy. I hope so, JT. I hope you're right, brother. I just hope we have enough time to see who could and should start in our secondary. Shout out to Walt. Shout out to my brother Hammer in the building. You guys, he has a great show lined up tonight as well, man. Make sure you guys pull up on Hammer. He has an ESPN legend, a guy that worked and covered the Knicks, covered the Giants, covered the Jets. Make sure you guys pull up on Hammer's show tonight. Definitely a great show. Yeah. Was it Bill Notry, right? I believe I always butcher his name, but a legend out there in the East Coast, man. Covered, New York football for a while, just New York sports, period. Make sure you guys go over. It's going to be a great interview. And also he has a great Bill Daughtry. There you go. He has a great Madden, some great Madden stories as well. So you guys go over there and pull up on Hammer today. This is a guy that knew John Madden personally. He's been around him, interviewed him. He's got some some Madden stories to tell as well. So make sure you guys pull up tonight, man. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. I knew it was a mistake to move Hobbs back outside last season. Position change and system change is a lot in year 2. And it definitely is, JT, but this is the thing. In Graham's system, he likes to move guys around. He likes to utilize them, here and there. That's why most of these guys that we have on his team, the safeties, most of these guys can play free and strong. A lot of these corners you can push them into the nickel, you know what I'm saying, and still kick them outside. He likes guys. He likes to, and plus, let's just keep it a buck. Nate Hobbs has played on the outside. At Illinois, he played a lot on the outside and he played a lot on the inside. You know what I mean? So, Graham wants to be able to move guys around. And last year, it was tough because there was so many injuries, JT, right? Like, think about this. We lost Rocky Sin early on, right? Like Hobbs ended up getting injured as well, but we took a lot of L's in that DB room. At one point we had Webb out there, Amik out there starting. Like these guys, you had to just play whoever you could at that point. That's another reason. I put this tweet out the other day, you guys. We need to be a little patient with this regime. Okay, think about this. We won 6 games last year. Okay, we won 6 games. Yes, terrible. It was a terrible year. 6-11. Give this regime a little bit of credit. They lost Darren Waller. They lost Hunter Renfrow. They lost Chandler Jones for a while. Lost Denzel Perryman for a while. Our linebacker room is non-existent at one point. We had UDFA starting all over the place at the DB spot. You know what I mean? All over. We lost a lot of players last year. We lost guys all across the board. Give these guys a little time, man. Give them a little time. Like all those guys, Divine Diablo. That's pretty tough to win ball games when the majority of your starters were in and out of the lineup all year long. Just keep it a buck. It felt like the only guys that were healthy, you know what I'm saying, all season long were Carr, Devontae, and Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was dealing with shit last year. And don't get me wrong, great coaches know how to adjust and they know how to deal with things. But at the end of the day, man, all of those stars and a lot of these guys that were supposed to take that next step in their development were injured last year. Give these guys a little bit of time, man, to cook. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Let me see. I think we're going to be watching that linebacker room very closely this year. I'm excited about the D-line and the secondary, though. This is facts, man. This is facts, bro. Salute to everybody still here in the building, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Salute to all 430 plus people in the chat. I appreciate you guys for still rocking with me right now. I like that filthy feel. I hope so. Paula Mal equals Kelsey lockdown. I would love it. I don't think anybody can lock down Kelsey, but I would love for him to at least just, contain him here and there, right? No news on Jalen Smith, Manny. It looks as though he left without a deal. Blake Martinez, Dan. Yeah, John lost Diablo too. Shout to DeMarcus. Hold on, I'm going to read that real quick, DeMarcus. 1 second. I need Hobbs to be able to guard Renfrow. Hobbs has fast legs but slow feet. He can't guard faster, shifty players. Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, T. Higgins or his types. Chase Jefferson, not for him. Salute to Reese Rock. Let me see. Salute to DeMarcus. Merrick will be good. I think the shift in defensive schemes didn't help. This defense excels with aggressive ball hawks, and he was playing more center field, waiting for plays to happen. Salute to DeMarcus. Shout out to my dog, Walt. You think because Graham likes to move the likes of Hobbs around means he knows what he's doing? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because me personally, Walt, I would have never moved Hobbs out of the slot. Period. But that's just me, and I'm not a coach at the NFL level. But defensive coordinator, is respected around the league. I think there was so much change and so much shit going on with that DB room yesterday. I don't think they planned ahead with Rocket Sin going down like that. And other guys, in that room going down like that. I think they just had to prepare. Look, Hobbs has played on the outside before. Let's do it, because when Tyler Hall came in and played at the nickel, he looked really good. He looked really good. So I think he was just working with what he had. But I'm not going to act as though he knows what he's doing just because of that. No, me personally, I would keep Hobbs in the slot. That is a guy to me that can be a dog and an all-pro type guy in the slot. I've said that year in and year out. Like, I don't want to see him on the outside. Even if you guys go back and watch his tape at Illinois, most of the big plays that he gave up were on the outside. I think some of his greatest reps in Illinois in college was from the inside. Rule, me personally, no. But I think this regime does. I think they like Webb a lot. But me personally, no. I haven't seen enough out of Webb. Yeah, he looked pretty good in spurts last year. But I'm not going to say I trust him. I don't trust him at all. He's done nothing at the NFL level for me to be like, yeah, man, he can come in and ball out. I know that this regime loves him. They, big body guy that, they got as a UDFA. And for some, we keep hearing good things about him, but I haven't seen enough to be sold on him. Let me see. Kelsey is dropping off this year. He's getting old. I'm calling it. Yeah, Daniel, I don't see that, bro. I hope you're right, but I don't. Me personally, I'm not sold on that, man. Kelsey's still a dog. Let me see. Yeah, Chris, the black Picasso, right? Graham colors outside the lines. Some call it creativity. Some call it chicken scratch. But yeah, you guys, coming up on an hour and a half today. We watched Brandon Bolden's presser. Let's go over the notes real quick, you guys. Brandon Bolden pretty much said it out loud, you guys. He, at this point in his career and his age, he is a special teams guy, right? And he's an emergency running back if need be. He pretty much said, I am a special teams guy. So there you have it. So for anyone that had questions about why are we keeping Brandon Bolden around in that running back room, and why are we bringing in the likes of Rex Burkhead for workouts and these kind of guys, well, it looks as though he is completely a special teams guy at this point. The offense struggled today, you guys. Apparently, I seen all the beat writers shout to them and everybody out there covering the team today. At camp, sounds as though the offense had a tough day, but the defense did their thing. Jacorian Bennett came up with a pick today. Marcus Peters almost came up with one, dropped one, then dropped down and gave 10 push-ups because of it. Robert Spillane dropped back into coverage, got a pick today. Palo with his second pick in training camp. The defense is starting to show signs of life. You love to hear it because this year we need as many turnovers as possible on the defensive side of the ball. But it sounds as though the offense struggled a little bit today. Aiden was out there showing a little signs of life today. Devontae's Devontae. I mean, it is what it is. But I didn't really see too many updates today from camp outside of just the defense doing their thing and the offense kind of struggling a little bit. Once again, Trey Tucker is out there looking like a dog. I think they have big plans for the first-year guy out of Cincinnati. You love to hear it. Hunter's still out there mixing shit up. But yeah, man, other than that, nothing really else to really talk about. There's no updates on Jalen Smith. There's no updates on all these other guys that we've been bringing out for workouts. It looks as though they just came in, worked out, left without deals. So maybe we'll hear some stuff from these guys that have come in for workouts, maybe a little bit later down the line, the Troy Hills of the world, the Jalen Smiths of the world. But at this point, we have not signed any of them. Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I don't want to talk about the same shit over and over and over again. Hammer's going live tonight, you guys. Make sure you guys follow our brother, man. He has a great show lined up with an ESPN legend. So make sure you guys pop in at Hammer's house. Go support our brother Hammer today. With that being said, I'll be back soon, you guys. I know we'll be back at camp here. And I'll have another coffee and convo. I'm still working on some guests behind the scenes, still working on dates with Jalen Richard, trying to find out a time that works for him. He's still fighting right now to get back into the league. So our schedule's a little, but I got some things in the works. I'll be out in Vegas, you guys, next week from Friday to Monday. So I'll be dropping a lot of content over and over and over. We'll be at the alumni party. So we'll have a lot of guys out there that we're going to be talking to and uploading a bunch of videos. And we may have a surprise next week as well, a surprise interview with an active player live in Las Vegas. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully it works itself out. But yeah, man, with that being said, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. As always, OakLosVegas.com for the drip, PlanetRaiders.com for everything, WoodsonWhiskey.com for the GOAT whiskey, and hit that link that's pinned up top, man, to become a member. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. One.
That's what I'm talking about.